What could be done to prevent mass shootings? As a teacher, it starts with kids needing love and care at home, which leads to people having their basic Maslow needs met so they aren't constantly struggling. And mental health needs to become a priority instead of something we mostly ignore in the US. Kids and adults seek power and a sense of control through a gun because it's missing in the rest of their life. Make therapy more easily accessible for people who are middle or lower class. And actually take mental health and bullying seriously, instead of falsely advocating for it and brushing it off when people need serious mental help. Put LSD in the drinking water. Give everyone small, personal nukes. How do you stop a bad guy with a gun? Nukes. What common, attractive trait can you absolutely not stand? From the comments, I think that anything that is overdone is unattractive. Did people in this thread misread the question? Op asked for a common attractive trait you find unattractive. Most of the responses here are just unattractive things. Being obsessed with hustle culture, brand clothing, accessories, etc. It's not a turn-off, but it certainly doesn't impress me to any extent more than a high street bargain. If you brag about your 300 pounds jacket though, I'm out and closed for business person gesturing no light skin tone female sign. I'm not sure it's classified as common, but the whole diaper butt look. I'm an ass man, but that shit is whack. Just be natural and rock what you were given. What are things racist people say and claim it's not racist? I can't be racist, I'm not white. A registered nurse said to me, "You speak English very well." Quote, "Yeah, thanks. I was born in this hospital, WTF." Calling other people their own race traitors, just because they don't have the same views as them or criticize what you believe is a bad stereotype about their race. Like, just because I'm a certain race, it doesn't mean I have to agree to every single stereotype about said race. Always mentioning someone's race when it's not necessary to the conversation. She's so pretty for a black girl, or, she's like exotic pretty. Anything prefaced by, "I'm not racist but," or "I have plenty of, blank, friends but." What was your, "it can't be that easy, it was that easy" moment in your life? Got a salary request when applying for a job. Accidentally wrote double what I meant to write since the number keys were right next to each other. They accepted anyway. Changing my bathroom faucet. I'm a 56-year-old woman that's never done any plumbing before. Turns out YouTube is a wealth of knowledge. It really wasn't that hard. I get joy every time I wash my hands knowing I did that. Edit. Thanks for all the awards. Kind strangers. One time I tightened my gas cap and the check engine light went off. Get into a bar fight. Some guy didn't like the way I looked. Never had said a word to the guy all night. He was about 15 feet away from me most of the night. What movie do you enjoy that you will 100% agree is a bad movie? Without a Paddle. Fucking hilarious, and also dumb as hell. Deep Blue Sea. I mostly enjoyed that one unexpected scene. Check it out. Zardes. Eurotrip. And #X200B. However, I feel conflicted about calling this movie bad as I personally feel it was unfairly ignored by the Oscar committee. Scotty doesn't know. You Kissed Your Sister. Club Vandersex. FIONAAAA. Early Van Damme movies. They're awful but I've seen them all multiple times. Give me a Kickboxer, Double Impact double feature and I'll be there to watch that garbage. The Super Mario Bros. Live action movie. Don't care, love it. What ingredient ruins a sandwich for you? Mealy tomatoes. Warm wet lettuce on hot sandwiches. A piece of lettuce that's a little too brown. Soggy not fresh tomato. Looking at you Subway. Huge pieces of meat that when I bite, instead of cutting and eating a piece, I eat the whole thing and the rest of the sandwich is left meatless. Soft, cheap bread that gets soggy with the slightest bit of moisture. This is the one thing that will make me reject a sandwich with revulsion. These are the questions I want to see on AskReddit. If the condiments is not spread right to the edges and in the corners of the bread. Standing with both feet in the lettuce bins with shoes on. Sand. Which movie character or real person can be identified by a single line said by them? To infinity and beyond. Doe. You shall not pass. Quote. I'll be back. Hasta la vista, baby. Just a flesh wound. Shaken, not stirred. I have a dream. I have had it with these motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane. Quote. My mama always said life was like a box of chocolates. Who is the most overrated musician? As a Nickelback fan, I have nothing to worry about reading this. The cover band guy my college girlfriend cheated on me with. Apparently people really don't like Drake. Thank God no one is trashing my faves . The Kacker siblings. DJ Khaled. I scrolled so far and didn't see Adam Levine. He is such a fucking tool. Literally made one good album. Emo. With Maroon 5. Songs about Jane was fantastic. But I can't escape his suckage. His very existence is just irritating. Who is the most overrated musician and why is it Drake? MGK. Sorts by controversial asterisk. What is a public figure or artist who has done horrible things but that people continue to follow? Or listen? Chris Brown. Caitlyn Jenner's terrible driving hasn't seen much backlash. Most of those who sprang to mind have been mentioned. But how about prosperity church cretins, faith-healing con artists like Joel Osteen or Peter Popoff? I cannot believe asterisk that they have followers still. It's unfathomable. Dr. Phil. Ezra Miller should probably be in jail. Anyone in the Church of Scientology. Roman Polanski. Have you ever listened to a person talk for less than a minute and known you weren't going to get along with that person? What did they say? There are different levels to being a psychic. I'm on the purple level so I can talk to the dead. Said a new employee at my previous job. Nope, asterisk. I was listening to the NEXIVM podcast and the clip of the founder saying he has 225 IQ. If I walked into a room and heard someone say that, I'd walk right back out. You're late. I've been here for 10 minutes already. I was only 5 minutes late for the date because I was looking for parking and had let him know. The quiet boy at school sat next to me and told me how hard he felt when he took a shit and how many times he ejaculated that way. I never sat next to him again. The road to hell is paved with good intentions. What is a real-life example of this? The Am I the asshole comment section. Since the abysmal performance of American schools has been in the news recently, No Child Left Behind, and its replacement, Every Student Succeeds Act, America has never had really good public education, but it used to be serviceable. NCLB came in to try and create some milestones and accountability. Instead, it made the problem worse. ECSS came in and tried to address its problems, but changed the stuff that wasn't the problem and left the bad parts unscathed. Taken all together, 57% of high school graduates can't read at a 7th grade reading level and over a quarter are functionally illiterate. What makes a sandwich go from boring to amazing? Seasoning and toasting the bread can seriously elevate a sandwich. Someone else making it. For cold cuts sandwich, I like to add red wine vinegar, pepper, oregano and a bit of salt. Cutting it in half, diagonally. good quality bread, and real butter. Once you've got those two elements properly nailed down, the filling is almost irrelevant. Peppers in some manner. Maybe pickled banana peppers, or pepper relish, black pepper, even fresh peppers or hot sauce. At the best sandwich places, all the vegetables are basically prepared like side dishes. Marinated, seasoned, grilled, or something. Cheese, it's always cheese. Salt and pepper on the veggies. What do you envy most about the opposite gender? The sheer number of wardrobe choices. Their ability to have kids without destroy their body and missing several months in career. Grip strength. Being able to talk about mental health or abuse without either being laughed at or not being taken seriously. I know it's not the case with everyone. I talked to my girlfriend about it, but I can't with other people in my life. I don't want to in fear of being called weak. Being able to play a more passive role in dating and not having to make the first approach. I have next to no dating experience since I have social anxiety and find it really hard to initiate conversations with people in general, let alone someone I'm attracted to. As a result, I'm quite lonely, trying to work on it though. What screams "this person peaked in high school" to you? Regularly reposting the same picture of the one notable moment that they had in high school. My ex-stepmother constantly bragged about being a cheerleader in high school and winning a beauty walk. In a town of like 500 people, she was still bragging about these the last time I saw her. She was in her mid-40s. One guy the first knew literally got our school emblem and mascot in a huge class of 2010 inches tattooed on his shoulder. Anyone who bullies other adults as if they were still in high school. Under college, university, in their Facebook profile, it says, School of Hard Knocks. Almost 10 years after high school, a guy asked me if one of my friends was popular in high school.